Let me share the screen. And okay, that's fine. Okay, right. So I told you, right, sysadmin. Sysadmin by default, he will get access on all the databases. But as discussed, no login can enter into any database. Okay, so which user will help for the sysadmin to read the data from the database, to read the data, to write the data to the database? Which user is going to helpful for the sysadmin login?
DBO.
DBO. Okay, so in the last time we just discussed this option. DBO is a default user that will come once you install the SQL Server or once you create the database. This DBO will be helpful for all the sysadmins. All the sysadmins. Okay, in case Afifa is a sysadmin now, if Afifa is a sysadmin now, no user will be created for Afifa in the database level. Why? Because imagine 100 databases are there, 100 Afifas are going to create usually. If Afifa is a sysadmin, no user will be created for Afifa in the databases. Automatically, Afifa can take help of this DBO, and on behalf of Afifa, this DBO will help to Afifa to pull the data from the database and to write the data to the database. Okay, clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts? Right, that's okay, fine. So earlier, Afifa doesn't have permissions to access to expand this database. You can see error. We got the error, right? So earlier, Afifa doesn't have, okay, doesn't have permissions to expand this Amazon database. Now, if you see, at least she can expand it. She's a member of Access Admin now, but she doesn't belongs to Bash 39. If she is trying to access Bash 39, she will still get the same error. Bash 39 is not accessible. Once a user is created in the database, you can, okay, access the database. You can only access it. You cannot do whatever you want again. There is a lot of difference between access and sysadmin, right? By default, any login can access the SQL Server, can connect to SQL Server, but it can't do anything. In the same way, now Afifa is a member of Access Admin. We have added Afifa to the Access Admin. Though, so now Afifa can at least expand that particular database as per Afifa permissions. Afifa now is getting 3 permissions, as Afifa is member of Access Admin. Now Afifa user will have these 3 permissions. Okay, who is going to own these 3 permissions? Afifa login or Afifa user? Who will have these 3 permissions?
User.
Afifa user. If Afifa user is having permission, means automatically Afifa login will have permissions, right? So to whom you are giving permissions? To Afifa user. So Afifa user can drop other users from the same database. Afifa user can give access, grant DB access to other users, and Afifa can grant DB access to, can revoke the DB access from other users. Okay, so Afifa by default cannot read the any data, right? So Amazon, let me check what are the tables inside the Amazon. I don't think there are tables. Okay, there are no tables for Amazon. Let me go with Bash 39. There are some tables in the Bash 39 colors. Okay, so this table you can access. Why? Because you are using administrator connection and you can access this table and you can access all the tables. Why? Because you are this administrator is a sysadmin, so you can access the data, right? You can see there are six records are there, total 7 records are there here in this particular table. But if I give access to Afifa, okay, on Bash 39 database, default schema is DBO, okay, right? I'm not giving any permissions to Afifa, simply I'm giving access. Okay, now Afifa can access the Bash setting and also. Earlier she got the error, right? Now just refresh it. Now try to expand. Now she can access Bash 39, but she cannot see the tables. See here, for the same Bash 39, you can see there are 2 tables, colors table and student table. But here, same server, same database, you cannot see the tables. Why?
She don't have the permissions
Very
to
good.
see the
Afifa
tables.
user doesn't have permissions at least to see how many tables are there, what are the table names and all. Clear, guys? So if I added you, once you go to the user mapping page, if I select any database, that's enough. You will get database access, but you can't do anything. Simply you will get database access, but you can't do anything. Okay, so I can give you access on any database. Okay, but once I gave the access, you can only just access the database. You cannot do anything on the database. You can connect to database. You can see some of the default objects, but you cannot do anything on the database. Okay, right? So let me go with the backup operator. Let's check what backup operator can do. Okay, what backup operator can do, what kind of permissions are there for backup operator. Okay, and this one. Okay, this is my Afifa connection. Okay, fine. Let me go with the backup operator. Okay, so where is that role? Any role you can give, you can go to any role and you can just choose the role. Security and users and roles and database roles, backup operator, right? DB access admin, we have these three permissions. Let's see what are, can anyone tell me what permission this backup operator will have? Just guess it.
Generate the backups.
Okay, very good. Let's see what permissions are there. Yes, very good. Okay, so a member of this role can take the backup of the whole database, can take the log backup. There are different backups. We have database backup, differential backup, log backup, and all. Okay, so what it can do is backup operator. If Afifa is a member of this backup operator, Afifa can take the database of which, can take the backup of which database? Afifa can take the backup of which database? Or all the databases?
Batch 39.
Okay, so on which database I gave access to Afifa, only she can take the backup of that particular database. She cannot take the backup of other databases. Okay, fine. So as of now, we haven't discussed about this backup database, how to take the backup and all. So let's discuss in the separate topic. So we have a separate sessions on backups. So we'll discuss it on backup topics. Okay, we have a separate class on backups. Might be it will start by Wednesday, I guess. This week, Wednesday, we are going to start backup concepts, right? So just a small discussion about this checkpoint. Checkpoint is kind of a control S button. Whenever you're typing something in the document, to save that document, what option we are going to use? Either we'll use save button or keyboard shortcut is control S, right? Control S means it is going to save the data to the document. It is very important, right? If you don't save it, if power gone, if server is shut down or restarted automatically, you are going to lose all your data, right? In the same way, in the SQL Server, we have checkpoint. How control S is used, checkpoint is also used in the same way. It is going to save the data. Okay, so I told you, right, all the data will be comes to log file first. Once data comes to log file, then it won't be stay there only, right? It will move to the data file permanently. To store the data permanently, the data should move to data file. If the data is there in the log file, what is the risk? There is no guarantee for your data. Log file is not going to save your data permanently. It is a temporary storage area. Okay, so the data has to be transferred from log file to data file. Which data? Can anyone tell me which data is going to be transferred from log file to data file?
Batch
Modified
39
data.
data.
What is meant by modified data? You are right, modified data. What is meant by modified data? How it knows what is modified?
Changes are made into a table.
Any specific terminology is there? Did we discuss any terminology for this? When the data will move from your log file to data file, what kind of data will move from log file to data file?
Committed
Very good.
data.
Very
will
good.
move to
Excellent.
the
Excellent. Super. Committed data, whatever data is committed, okay, that committed data is going to move from your log file to data file. How it will move? It won't move by its own. Checkpoint will run on each and every database. Whatever committed data is there in the log file, once checkpoint runs, it will save all the committed data to the data file. What is the like advantage? Once it written to the data file, the data will be stored permanently, even though shutdown event occurs, even though server is restarted, even though something happened, even though the server catches fire, but still if the disk is safe, your data is safe. Checkpoint will simply going to save the data, that to a committed data from your log file to data file. We have two types of checkpoints: manual checkpoint, automatic checkpoint. Okay, automatic checkpoint will run automatically on every database for every 60 seconds. Okay, automatic checkpoint will run. Why? Because it's not our duty every time pressing control S to save the data. It's SQL Server responsibility. So SQL Server will create an automatic checkpoint for every database. This automatic checkpoint will run for every 60 seconds. For every 1 minute, it will run on each database. Whatever committed data is there in the log file of each database, okay, the checkpoint is going to save that committed data to the data file permanently. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts? Okay, so manual checkpoint, if you want to save it, if you want to save manually, okay, just type checkpoint on the database. If you want to save any data, just type checkpoint. Giving manual command is called manual checkpoint. Automatically you want to do automatically every 60 seconds, even though if you remind them or not, nothing to remind to SQL Server. It's an automatic. That's why we are going to call it as an automatic. For every 60 seconds, that checkpoint will run on every database, and any committed data is there in the log file, it will move to the data file. Clear checkpoint about checkpoint? How to run manual checkpoint? Select the database, type checkpoint automatically. In case if any data is there, okay, you can simply run it. Only user database, okay, user owner of the database. Okay, so as of now I'm running from Afifa, right? Afifa connection. Afifa doesn't have permissions to run this. Okay, you can go to any sysadmin permission and you can run it. Okay, this is sysadmin only, right? So here you can run it. Control Z. Sorry for that. Control V. So on any database, user database, I want to run this. Select user database, run checkpoint automatically. If any committed data is there, it is going to save it. If not, it's not. It won't do anything. Right? Clear, guys? Any issues? Any doubts? So backup operator, what it can do? By default, backup operator can take the full database backup, log backup. Okay. So in this way, backup operator will work. So let's try to go for another role. We have, okay, data reader role, data writer role, right? Very important. After backup operator, let me go with this data reader. So can anyone guess what kind of permissions will be there for this data reader role?
Read the table.
Very good. Read means how? What is the query to read the table?
Only select query.
Select query. Okay, select permission will be there for data reader. Select permission on any object. Any object means table, stored procedure. We can call them as objects. Okay, see here. Let me show you. Just I'll give you I'll take 2 to 3 minutes. I'll close by 8:40. Nothing to worry. Okay, so let's show you. Now Afifa cannot read the data. Yes, Afifa is a member of BAS 39 database. Okay, but still Afifa cannot see the tables itself. See here, Afifa cannot see the tables itself. How can she read it? Okay, you know the table name. Okay, so what I'll do, select star from, what is the table name? We have in the BAS 39 students, right? BAS 39 is the database name. We have students table in the BAS 39. Okay, if you want, you can see here. BAS 39 student, sorry, student, okay, not students, student table. So if Afifa run this query now, she will get this error. The select permission was denied on the object student. Means Afifa doesn't have select permission on the table. So definitely Afifa will get this error. Okay, right. Now how to give access to Afifa on this table? Can anyone help me? How can I give access to Afifa on this table? Afifa, tell me now. I want you to read the tables of this Base39 database. How can I do that? Very simple, guys. Very simple. You can easily answer this one. Just help me. How can I do that? Quickly, come on. We don't have time.
Go
2
to
minutes only.
tables.
Go to tables. Huh?
Expand.
No.
Batch statement database expand.
Database or tables. What I have to do? I don't want on a specific table. I want Afifa to access all the tables in the Base39 database. How can I do that?
Log in
Go to the
properties.
Afifa.
Okay. So what is the other table? We have colors, right? Let me Control A, Control C, Control V. Let me COLOURS.
Go to batch.
Okay, and execute. Invalid object name, I guess COLOURS, right? And let me execute. Select permission. Yes, this is the correct table. All right, now Afifa cannot access these two tables. Now Afifa has to access these two tables. How?
Grant
Okay.
select
Go to your database administrator session. Go to Afifa.
Plans.
Double click on Afifa. Okay, let me cancel it again. Let me open it. Double click on Afifa. Go to user mappings. Okay, Afifa is having access on Amazon database, access admin. On Base39, she doesn't have any access. Our tables are there in the Base39, right? Let me give data reader. Okay. Once I give data reader, Afifa will get select permission on all the tables in the Base39 database. If you are decided to give select permission for all the tables in a specific database, you can choose data reader option. Now click OK. Now Afifa is a member of data reader. Now earlier she doesn't have access, right? Now she can run this query. Okay, select star from student. You can see 7 records.
sir, but
Select star from colors. You can see, of course, no records are there, but earlier we got select denied. Now you can see some columns. Yes, tell me, any doubts?
sir, but our requirement is not giving the entire database.
See,
sir.
that
Our
is
requirement
different. That is different. I'll tell you how to give permission on a separate table. Now we are discussing about permissions for not the table. We are discussing about database roles. So I'm explaining
Okay.
data reader role. Data reader role, I have to explain the advantages with the data reader role, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is not the topic how to give permission on a specific table. We have that topic also. I'll tell you how to give. I don't want to, okay, access. I don't want to give access to all the tables to Afifa. Afifa cannot access all of my table. Only 1 or 2 tables or some specific tables only she has to access. In such case, I'll tell you how to do that. How to give permissions to a user on a single table, I'll tell you. But now I'm explaining data reader role. You have to know what are the features of data reader role. So if you are a member of data reader role, that user can access all the tables in the database. Clear, guys? Clear? Any issues, any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Right? That's fine. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll discuss other database roles like data writer. Remaining other database roles are there. It may take 10 to 15 minutes to explain all the database roles. And we have customized database roles also. How we have customized server roles, customized database roles also. So tomorrow we'll discuss other database roles and customized database roles. Then tomorrow I'll explain how to find orphan users. What is meant by orphan users? How to find orphan users? How to fix orphan users? Very important topic tomorrow. Okay, so again, if you don't started practicing, start it immediately. Security is a kind of some, okay, ziggy topic. Try to practice every day. Try to spend some time on security. Okay, you will get good knowledge on the security. Okay, again, real time people also they don't want to take any challenges related to the security. There are some of the real time DBS also very weak in the security. Okay, so that's why you cannot be in that position. Try to practice immediately whatever we are discussing. Try to understand the things. You can easily get that logic. How can give the access? Mainly you have to know how to give access to the server, how to give access to the database, how to give access to the table. These things, of course, we are going to discuss. Okay, we have discussed how to give access to the data server. Today we discussed how to give access on a database. Next, tomorrow I'll show you how to give access on a specific table. Okay, for a single user, how to give access on a specific table. So very simple. That is very, very simple. Right. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll meet tomorrow at 7 a.m. Clear? Fine. So
Clear.
that's, yeah. Thank you all. Okay. So again, good day. Take care. And tomorrow we'll meet at 7 a.m. Bye.